Well, more consumers are coming forward claiming to be victims of a timeshare scam here in southern Wisconsin.
This comes after our story Tuesday night highlighting a Better Business Bureau warning about people promising to help timeshare owners get out of their current obligations. Adam Schrager is here now with an update and some advice. Adam?
You know, this story all started for us when one of our Call for Action volunteers was contacted by someone who said they could help her deal with her timeshare maintenance fees. She went to a meeting and it turned out to be a sales job. She could give them her equity in the timeshare in exchange for a new $5,000 travel package. She walked away. But as we found out since Tuesday, a number of other folks did not. At 80 years young, Toby Netchcash knows he doesn't have to be a bean counter to realize the $1,000 per year that he's paying for his timeshare isn't a drop in the bucket.
We've just been trying to unload it so we don't have that monthly payment, but people are just not buying timeshares.
The garden needs tending, the grandchildren need caring.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas.
So when he and his wife got a phone call last week from a man offering to help unload their timeshare,
Just calling you guys to follow up with you, make sure you didn't have any questions or anything.
they left their homegrown food for a Fitchburg restaurant and a personal sales pitch.
They was good talkers, I'll tell you.
$4,000 later, they're unclear what happened.
We got roped into this deal. I mean, it sounded good, and we signed papers and everything.
Well, I think they took the money and run with it.
At the Better Business Bureau today, we met Art Boning from Janesville. He was filing a complaint because last year he and his wife paid $4,000 to transfer their timeshare, and it's never happened.
Felt bad that I didn't try to question them. You know, they painted such a rosy picture. It was just too hard to turn down. Now I found out that it was really too good to be true, and it's what happens. You know, they prey on people like us.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to come in.
Kim Hazen has heard stories like the Bonings before and says those promising paradise
Slick, beautiful.
are really promoting confusion and manipulation.
Ask for help. I mean, sometimes the senior population is more worried about asking their kids for help because they don't want to look vulnerable. They don't want to look like they can't control their own money. But in this situation, the more information, the more help you can get, the better.
We wasn't smart enough at the moment to just back out, you know.
But Toby Netchcash was smart enough to call his credit card company when he began to get suspicious.
She says, "Ooh, that's the smartest thing you could have done is call me," she says. "I'll cancel everything."
Now that he's tended to his money, he can go back to his garden with some advice on the way.
They're real sly people, and they can talk you out of your shoes if you ain't careful.
So here's some concrete tips from the Better Business Bureau if you're approached to sell a timeshare, but in reality they apply in many business situations. You should always refuse to be pressured. Legitimate businesses do not force you to make any snap decisions. When in doubt, just say no. Don't sign anything that you simply don't understand. Ask lots of detailed questions. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if folks don't want to handle your questions, well, you've got your answers right there. And finally, know who you're dealing with, not just talking about getting a business card, but we're talking about asking for the company's registration and its licensing. The more information that you have, certainly the better. If you're dealing with a consumer problem and need help, contact our Call for Action hotline. That number, 608-270-2833. Our volunteers are available from 11 to 1 Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's tomorrow. You can also go online to channel3000.com/call for action and file a complaint anytime.
So was Toby able to cancel his credit card before he paid the money?
Correct. He was able, yeah, it's wiped out. They went to this meeting last Thursday, and it ended up, because it was so recent, that the credit card company didn't have even the charge registered just yet. So they were able to get out of this. Unfortunately, the Boning family that we found at the Better Business Bureau today, this happened to them last year, and thus they're out of luck.
And it's interesting, we made the initial report and then all these people come out of the woodwork.
And it just shows, I mean, we're worried, the Better Business Bureau in particular was worried that this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to be seeing more and more of this these days. You have a lot of people coming in, and maybe the best piece of information my dad always told me, never make an important decision today that you can make tomorrow. Do not feel pressured to do this.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it. That's
There you
good
go.
advice.
All right, Adam, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam.
Thank you.